Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. As my lessons continue to work through the ABRSM Grade 6 Music Theory Workbook, I turn my attention now to question 3A, exercise 4. In question 3A, we are required to compose a melody in the style of a given extract. We are asked to compose a hornpipe for bassoon. We're in a major key, and then we are asked to modulate to the dominant key also. You'll find the full lesson on my Patreon channel. If you visit patreon.com/Sharon Bill, you can find the full lesson there, and you can find the links to that lesson in the cards and in the description box below. After this short little video, you'll find sample examples of this lesson showing you how I work with you step by step through the whole composition exercise. Everything you need to know to fully complete this question, understanding the range of the instruments and compositional techniques, can be found in my Harmony and Composition textbook. This is available from Amazon, and you can find the links to that in the cards and in the description box below. And everything you need can also be found via my website. If you visit www.sharonbill.com, you'll find everything you need right there. Enjoy your studies. Bye. And notice the hornpipe. It begins with this sort of characteristic upbeat and then a big leap. It's that stereotypical ba-da-da bum bum kind of thing. And then we need to stay within the composer's original intent, and we would do that by taking the essence of this and moving it around sequentially perhaps, or we take fragments of it and work with little fragments of this, or we could invert things by turning them upside down. I find that very often, if you think theme A with a slight change, theme B sort of back to theme A or something like that. It may not always work out that way, but that's a good starting point. Our first phrase will end, I suppose, a little bit more space, on the third beat, and we're going to want a crotchet beat, probably 2 quavers, to continue the theme. So that then gets us to here, and then the final bar will just be 3 beats long, so that we match up the number of beats with the anacrusis. Let's just aim for a sort of a chord 5 feel over here, F. So F, A, B flat, C replicates this just down a step. I think that's a nice da 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 da. As I say, not at pitch, but you get the gist. So let's have a drop of a 10th again. So within that chord 5, we'll drop down to the A. So really, we want something a little like this. However, instead of going up, we could like bring it down. The bassoon is such an agile instrument. To be jumping around these is so characteristic to the instrument. Lots of big jumps is certainly quite a good characteristic for the bassoon to be playing. We're not outside of the kind of remit of the instrument. So we could sort of start moving the harmonies to a chord 4 really. So if let's see how this works out. Let's think we need to end here on a chord 5. So I need to be ending on an F. Now normally I think a long note is a good ending. However, I think for a hornpipe we probably need to keep things going, and I wouldn't want to go any shorter than a crotchet because it's da 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 da. You could, instead of doing this, instead of treating it sequentially, you could kind of turn it upside down, da da da, but you could kind of do a 10th leap upwards if you felt that would work. Now here, ordinarily, I would say, because we've finished here, we need to stay in this register really. However, this leap of a 10th gives us a lot of license, and so instead of being on this note here, still staying with chord 5 for the moment. Instead of being on the A, I'm going to go to this A here. Now, I could do da da da, but again, however, I just feel like this is now, there's sort of theme A, there's theme A again. I feel like it's time now. It's a good technique to just get things moving and just change things. So I'm going to keep this to a crotchet. And then I'm going to use this little feature here, da 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 da, sequentially. So moving it up and down in step. And then towards the end, I can either refer back to this da da da, but again, or I can just perhaps make a little bit of a steadier end by making more use of the crotchets. Now I'm going to need some E naturals pretty soon to get me back, and I think I just know I want to be ending on a tonic of our new key. So I'm going to need, the big thing is getting a chord 5-1. You don't properly modulate officially until you've had a cadence point in that key, and we certainly need a 5-1 to finish this, don't we? So I think if I go for a, I really want an E natural to F here. So I think just a good old octave will get me down there.